Hi, I'm Zoe.
And I'm Zeev.
And we are Teen Reading Ambassadors with the National Library Board.
Today, we're going to be sharing a folktale with you. Special thanks to Miss Sheila Wee for allowing us to tell the story.
Do you have a friend who likes money a little bit too much? If so, then maybe you relate to this story of King Midas.
Now,
Let's begin. Once upon a time, there was a king called Midas. Now, if there is something you had to know about King Midas, it was that he loved three things: his daughter, his rose garden, and his gold. Every morning he walked with his daughter in his rose garden. All the servants would hear him declare,
"Oh, the roses look so beautiful. Oh, the roses smell so sweet."
And every afternoon, as he sat counting his gold pieces, he could be heard mumbling,
1, 2, 10, 20, 100, 200.
He counted on, and when he could count no more, he ran his fingers through the heaps of gold pieces. You see, he had a difficult dilemma.
Roses or gold? Roses or gold? Which could be better, roses or gold? On one hand, roses are so beautiful. They have a sweet smell and soft petals. But when the wind blows, the petals fall off. But gold lasts forever. It can be made into cups and plates, into rings and crowns. Why, it can even be made into roses. Yes, beautiful golden roses that can last forever and will never be blown away in the wind.
And so King Midas spent more and more time counting his gold pieces and less time with his daughter in the rose garden. One morning, while the princess was in the rose garden, she found a strange man asleep under a rose bush. She called the servants and they took the man to King Midas. The man introduced himself to the great king.
Your Great Majesty, I am a friend of the Greek god Dionysus. I lost my way last night and couldn't find my way home, so I slept in your garden. I hope that's okay.
When King Midas heard that this man was a friend of the Greek god Dionysus, he knew he had to look after him. He didn't want Dionysus to be angry with him, after all. So King Midas said,
"Servants, get the best room ready. You there, cook and prepare the best dishes and the best wine."
King Midas entertained the man for 10 days and then sent him back safely to the Greek god Dionysus. Dionysus was very happy to have his friend back safely. He sent a messenger to say that he would give King Midas a wish as a reward. King Midas was so happy, but what could he wish for? As he stood thinking, his daughter came up to him, holding a bunch of flowers.
"Very nice, my dear, but they would be better if they were made of gold."
Suddenly, he had an idea.
Gold! Gold! That's it! I will ask for everything that I touch to turn into gold. Then I will be the richest man in the world!
At that moment, the bunch of flowers in his hand turned to gold. He jumped up with excitement. He ran through the palace, touching everything he passed. Doors and windows, chairs and tables, cups and plates. He ran out of the palace and into his rose garden and turned every single flower to gold.
Roses or gold? Roses or gold? Now I need not choose. I can have roses and gold.
Pleased with himself, he went back into the palace and asked for dinner to be served on his new golden plates. King Midas sat down at one end of a table and his daughter sat down at the other end. The servants brought in dish after dish after dish, and they all looked and smelled delicious. King Midas started to eat, But as soon as he touched the food, it turned to gold. His throat felt dry and he lifted his golden cup, but as it touched his lips, the wine turned to gold. King Midas let out a cry of anger. He was hungry, but he could not eat. He was thirsty, but he could not drink. His daughter left her place at the table and came running up. She reached out her hand to hold his, but can you guess what happened next? She was turned to gold! And that was when King Midas knew that there are things much more important than gold. Luckily for King Midas, Dionysus was kind. When he saw that Midas had learned his lesson, he sent a messenger to him. The messenger said,
"Go and bathe in the river. Then take some water from the river and sprinkle it on all the things you have turned to gold."
King Midas quickly did as he was told. As he sprinkled the water, everything returned to how it had been before. Oh, how happy he was when he felt his daughter's skin on his, soft and warm again. And from that day on, King Midas stopped counting his gold pieces and spent his time walking with his daughter in the rose garden. The roses looked so beautiful and smelled so sweet.
And that's the end of the story. We hope you have enjoyed this storytelling session.
For more fun activities, check out our Monsters United page by scanning the QR code.
Bye!